Is that good now? I think it's good that my mic got disabled. We're good now? Never fear, I am here. Should be good. All right. Thanks for everybody coming hanging out this early in the morning with me. And I like doing these early ones too because you get to kind of get everybody from around the world that really kind of hangs out and supports me. So that I like. So I think I'm going to start doing Fridays and Saturdays are going to be an early day. We'll see about the other days. Tuesday I like doing it later in the evening just to kind of mix it around. And then Sunday I'm going to go like 9 in the morning my time. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe. We're creeping up on 30,000. I'm pretty excited about that. Thanks, brother. You guys like this view or you want it to be a little bit closer? Let me know. Cool. Got 70 in here. Hit that like button. Yeah, I gotta work, Dave. Your boy's trying to get that 50K, homie. I'm trying, man. Chase from AVA Pop Culture's kicking my fucking ass, but I'm gonna catch him. What is up, Magnums? Pacific. You guys hit that like button, man. It's free. And subscribe. thing a little bit closer. I'm making a pin, a resin pin. This is going to be a good one. Like I said, this epoxy is a little bit green. It's messy, man, but it's not nearly as messy as wood, dude. Like after a few bowls, like bowl lid finial combo, my shop is like wrecked. So I'm just, I'm using my round tool to rough this out, shape her up, get it to a manageable shape so that I can wet sand it. And yesterday in the mail I received, Rich got me a buffing system from Turner's Warehouse. I'm going to be using that on my next live, just so I could get a better look at it. And if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe. I also have memberships on YouTube if you want to help support 77 Rockets Woodworking. And also I have a Patreon, and I do other content on there as well. I'm going to start doing one live a week on my Patreon. So if you can, click the link in the description box and go check out my Patreon. It's totally free to join. There's also 2 tiers of paid membership if you want to support 77 Rockets any further. And I would greatly appreciate that. Almost smooth pass. Nice. There's a lot of stuff I gotta order. First things first, I'm gonna get some more. Probably gonna get some walnut and some contrasting wood, and for candy dishes and bowls and salt and pepper shakers. And then I'm gonna order. I'm gonna actually be ordering some resin from RESINERS pretty soon. So after I profile these edges, both these ends of these blanks, I'm gonna hit it with some 400 rough sanding, just to shape it out a little bit, get all the residue off, and then we're gonna jump to wet sanding. Alright. Boom. So generally when your epoxy, when your resin is like a little bit green, it'll leave like some residue, especially at your ends. So I bump that down to about 1500. Man, I haven't even been on Discord in a long time. All right, now it's time to do some wet sanding. What's up, Chase? Gonna get a little bit closer. Get my towel down. I'm gonna drop this down to 1500 just for the 400 grit for my wet sanding. And then I'll gradually go up to from 1500 to 2000 to, let me actually get this little fluff off. There we go. So here we go. We're starting with 400. And I start a little bit lower on the RPM scale, strictly because this 400 is a little bit rougher than all the other grits when wet sanding. And you don't really want to heat this resin up too much, because then it will start to take its own shape. And I have to be extra careful, especially since this resin is semi-green. I would have liked to cure it at least 12 to 16 hours, but I didn't get to. I kind of got to it late, dropped the ball on that, but hopefully it turns out well. As I make my way down through the grits, you guys will see this start to really take shape as far as like smoothing out and really look real glossy. And usually by 2,000, 3,000 grit, you'll be able to really see. And then after that, we apply the polish. And after each grit, I'll be stopping the lathe and then wiping it down so there's no residue or less residue when I go to the next grit. But look at that. That color's really popping on that. I like that. Let's set the 400 to the side. Start the lathe back up. And we're going to jump up to about 2,200. And this next grid is 800. And my RPMs are 2,200. Got 118 in here. Hit that like button and subscribe. Help your boy out. And also, if you're interested, I have paid memberships on YouTube. And I also have a Patreon page. The Patreon page is totally free for people who want to join. And I'm also going to start doing this next week, start doing one live per week. So be sure to check that out. This is 800 grit, and I'm going back and forth between each blank. up, Hatto Pier? What's up, Seisma Nikki? A few more passes with this 800, and then I'm going to jump to the 1000 grit. What's up, Chase? All right, gonna stop the lathe. Wipe it off. And you can see it's getting a little bit glossier. Now I'm gonna jump to the 1000. I'm gonna stay the same speed. 1000 grit. And this color is gonna really start to pop the more that I sand this. You guys hit that like button. Hit that like button and subscribe. What's up, AD? Starting to smooth out. You can feel it when you're sanding. You're funny, Mike. You gotta remember, Michael. Remember the live stream that Dave, Michael, and Rich and I do. Nothing is out of the ordinary. All right, that's it for the 1,000. Gonna stop the lathe. What's up, Dan? Stop the lathe. Wipe her off, and then we're gonna jump to the 2,000. What's up, Dan? Now here's where things start really, really smoothing out. You guys hit that like button. It's totally free. And subscribe if you like this content. You guys are interested in this, in these resin pin blanks? I get all my resin from my sponsor, Resin Pro. Michael's sharing those links. They're also in the description box of this live. They also have pigment colors, which I have used in all of my pin blanks that I've been doing this past few weeks. They have the Sahara and the Neon and many others. Really affordable epoxy resin and very quality. Also, if you're interested in pin blanks, bowl blanks, just wood stock in general, really exotic, nice woods, head on over to turningblanks.net. Brad is an amazing guy. He'll hook you up. Tell him 77 Rockets sent you. And thanks for being here. What's up, OIA? All right. Gonna switch to the 3,000. Stop the lathe. Give a little wipe. Get the residue off from the 2,000. Rami here, cool. Glad you can make it. Thank you for being here. And lastly, we're going to hit this with 3,000. We're going to hit this with 3,000. Make a bunch of passes. And then I'm going to adjust my speed to the low setting. And I'm going to polish this thing. I would have liked to use the new buffing system that I got from a very good friend of mine. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate you. From Moyoc Scorpion Woodworks. But I didn't really get a chance to really look at the kit in detail. And I'm going to be unveiling it this probably my next live. And I think I'm this next week. I'm thinking that I'm gonna pre-turn. I'm gonna pre-turn a bowl, and I'm going to add some resin to it, or a lid. We'll see. I'm gonna try something new. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yes, for the lathe, yeah. It's on, go check it out. It's on Turner's Warehouse, Dave. It's a 3-wheel buffing system. And you just hook it up to your lathe. It's got 3 wheels, and you just buff it. You just buff your blanks, whatever, you know, your bowls. It's good for bowls. I've actually seen Zach Higgins use it. He's got a nice channel, really informative about resin on YouTube, if anybody's interested. Really starting to see the color in this. The swirls. Few more passes, and then we're gonna buff this thing. You have one, Dan? I've heard good stuff about them, especially like with bowls and stuff, when you do like resin bowls. All right. That's good for the sanding. Now we are going to buff this out. I'm going to add all my sandpaper back to my little tub. I'm going to adjust my belt speed. I'm going to be using this microfiber pad and Mother's synthetic wax. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out this early on a Saturday. I really do appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Use my light to see if I got it on my pulley. And we're good. Tighten this thing up. Now it's time to polish. Go around 700. Yes. It sure is. Yeah, man, you just, I'm telling you, Dave, once you decide to delve into these resin pens, it's fun. These are actually funner, even as like, because epoxy can be abrasive, you know, but like all you got to do is just really learn it and kind of like just go with the flow, really. But I feel like it's funner to turn a resin pen than a wood pen. I like both, but something about the resin, and I'm really looking forward to like turning a bowl with resin. You guys hit that like button and subscribe. It's totally free. Yeah, to polish it, I mean, I went to Home Depot and I bought some microfiber pads and this mother's wax, and I think I spent like 15 bucks. Which is not bad. This will last me for a while. That's something I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna be mixing my when I pour my epoxy, I'm gonna be adding in like some wood blanks too. Mix that up and see how that goes. I think that'll be pretty cool. It just takes time, DJ. It takes time. You just gotta really practice and not be afraid to try new stuff, you know. Have a very open mind when you're doing stuff. Try to be as creative as you can. That's how I look at it, you know. Good morning, Jeff. Yeah, I gotta work today, Jeff. So I'm hitting it early. Like I said, I think Fridays and Saturdays, I think I'm gonna go early, like really early, like 4. I'd like to stick to 4 o'clock. And then Sundays, I'll I'll probably back off a little bit and come in a little bit later in the morning. On Sunday? That would be cool. Nice, Golden. Thanks for being here. Lemkaba. You guys hit that like button and subscribe. Totally free. Later, Dan. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. All right, this one's buffed out. Nice and speckly and pretty and anything you want to say. All right, I'm going to get this one off. And I'm going to put the kit. Now today, I picked 2 kits. I picked for this one, I think I'm going to go a rose gold. Something a little different. And then I'm going to use a silver on my next set of pin blanks. I'll back that out a little bit so you guys can see. Set this cloth down. There's that one. These came out really nice. I'm very excited about these. Before I put my, look at that. That's a nice color in there. Real pretty. Very excited about that. All right. So I'm going to go with the rose gold. A little bit different. This is the center part of the pin, the adjustable part that screws in, for those of you who don't know. And these kits come with all the hardware. You can find kits from 10-piece kits, 20-piece kits, 30, 40, all the way up to, I'm sure, 100 if you can find them. This is the top hardware. This is the center divider, if you will. There's the clip for the side for the top. Yeah, 50 kits. That's pretty good. This is the center part that allows you to twist the pin in and out. And the pin tip. Oh, I have CA glue all over me. And here's my trusty pin press from BM Wood, sponsor of mine. They have amazing tools. If you guys want to go check them out, the link is in the description box. This pin press actually isn't too expensive. I also have a steady rest from them that I'll show right here. I have a lot of other stuff from them too. They're pretty awesome. So if you guys have a chance, go check them out. BM Wood. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. So you know what? Do it this way. Oops. Forget to tighten it up. Okay. This one's going to be a little bit difficult. It's all right though. All right, so there's the tip on there. Yeah, they're awesome, Jeff. I like them. I still haven't done any Amazon reviews. I don't know if any of you guys have. I might have to pick you guys' brain about that. That's going in there kind of loose. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Oh. Dang it. Okay. Okay, so that's a good point right there. Okay. I do not like when these kids do this. Get that on quick. That's gonna fuck me. There we go. Let's hope that doesn't mess my shit up. That'll work. All right, center divider in there now. What's up, Shadow? Yeah, you really can. Let's see. So I'll go here. Now we're gonna get this top hardware in. Okay. All right, there's our first pin for the live. Looks pretty nice with the rose gold. Later, Dave. See you, brother. Lots of nice color in that one. Left a little bit of plastic from the kit. Well, hopefully you like what you see, Shadow. And hit that like button and subscribe. All right, we're going to jump on our next one. Because I have about an hour. I'll throw the mandrel back on. It just depends, really. So we got some green here. Really pretty green. I got a mixture of all kinds of shit in there, so it should be nice. We'll see. Like I said, these are a little bit greener than I would like as far as curing. But it's okay. That light a little bit better on there. What'd it do, Mike? What's up, Darla? Thanks for joining. Hit that like button. Okay, now I'm going to adjust my belt. Set my rest first. If you guys like this rest was supplied by my sponsor, Simple Wood Turning. They're in the link as well. In the description box, the link's in there. This thing's awesome. Gets you in a really good position for turning and as well as hollowing. Excellent for hollowing. So I got my belt set up to the high speed. Got this thing tight. Got about 3,200 RPMs. You just see me in the morning, Mike. It's all, I'm like a turtle. I've been up since 2:15. You guys hit that like button and subscribe. If you guys really like this content, I also offer membership on my YouTube channel. I also have a Patreon as well, and the link is in the description box. It's free to join that as well. And this next week I'm going to be starting to do one live on my Patreon. So be sure to check that out. I don't know what the fuck that guy's talking about. Not even gonna feed into that. I'll let my moderators do that. I'll fucking Darce choke your ass, Cody. Show you what the rocket's all about. Guys, hit that like button. Right now I'm rounding out this, shaping it with my round tool. There's a little bit more residue than I'd like, but that's simply because it's green, a little bit greener than I normally get it. Booty bashers, huh? All right. Not like I haven't heard any shit like that before. Think about what you did. What's up, Delon? Good morning, sir. Not yet. Soon. I'll have links too soon. Almost done rounding this out. And I'm going to profile the edges, or the ends. And then, yeah, they are pricey. The power cap is like $700. And I'm going to be having a discount on that kind of stuff. The power cap's $700, and the Pure Flow 3000 hard hat, that one's like $1,700–$1,800. Beautiful piece of equipment though. You know, it's well, it's an investment, you know. That's how I see it. Profiling these ends. Then we're going to rough sand it a little bit. I'm finally starting to get to the point now. I mean, I have stuff that obviously you're always going to want to get more and more tools. And I was talking with Jess the other day about it. I'm to the point where I have a good amount to do a lot of good stuff. Not just turning, but, you know, joinery and cabinets and whatever I want to do, really. The whole idea now is to stock up on my material, wood and resin, you know. See how this is looking. Ooh, that is not too kind right there. Okay, I'm going to, man. So this resin's a little bit greener than the other one. I'm gonna sand it down and then get a good look at it. This blank right here looks pretty good. This other one is I wouldn't necessarily call it, like, you get to a certain thickness on these ends, I wouldn't call it tear out per se. I would call it more like breakdown, like material breakdown. And you can definitely tell, and that happens like when you're profiling these edges right here. That tends to happen when your material is green. Not too bad. What I'll do is I'll go through my whole sanding process, and then once I'm going to do my install of my hardware, I'll probably run this end right here on my belt sander. All right, so we're going to start 1500 RPMs. Bump it down a little bit. Just like that. Set up all of our stuff. My rag. I'll have to try that. I'll have to get some 600. All right, so I'm at 15, a little bit past 1500. Now we're gonna start the wet sanding process. So we're gonna start with 400, and then go 800, and 1,000, and then 2,000, and then 3,000. Now, with 400, I always go 1,500 RPMs, a little bit slower than I normally would, which the other grits, as I've said before, I'll go upwards of 2,000, 2,500 RPMs. And I strictly do this because even though the 400 is soft and not really super abrasive, it's more abrasive than these other ones. And you have to be careful with that type of thing, especially with this resin being so green. Literally. Not just because it's the color green, but green in the cure process is what I mean. So, which is fine, you know. Normally I like to cure, like I said, a little bit longer. But you can still, like you guys saw with the other pen, see that you can have good results if you take the proper steps and are careful. I'm actually excited to see how this one's going to look when we start to really go through the process of these grits. I added a lot of color to this one. Hopefully they really mixed well. All right. Nice. Now I'm going to go from 400. We're going to wipe this thing off. Lots of good color in this one. Yeah, I like it. Some gold, some blue, some green, some gold, well, some silver rather, not gold again. Thank you, Delon. I appreciate that. I'm really working hard, you know? And I think that, and I mean, you're killing it too. Carving, I want to get into carving too. That looks like a lot of fun. Like you and Suzanne make it look real fun, and so does Amy Jo. Make it look real fun. So I'm going to bump it up to 2,200 RPMs. What's up, Runic? The man, the myth, the legend, Runic. You want to talk about a talented individual? Runic is that guy. Oh, you're welcome. Mike, if you can, share everybody's channel. DeLon's channel, your channel, Runik's channel, Dave's channel, Mike's channel. Mike D is going live tomorrow. He's going to be doing his Sunday Spun Day. I don't know who else is going live. What's up, Shoop? What's up, Eduardo? So now we're on 800 grit. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, go check out all these other wonderful channels. They do a bunch of, DeLon does a bunch of awesome lives. Him and Professor Rusty, they do a live where they have guests and stuff every week. And I believe that's Thursday, right? And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And DeLon also does dual carving and carving lives with him and a bunch of other people. Amy Jo, Rhinestone Suzanne. I know Runik does a bunch of lives, a bunch of turning lives, bunch of Runik is unreal. His painting, his lathe work, just unreal. And I think he also did some carving too. He did a video or a live with Rhinestone Suzanne. Just a bunch of awesome people doing live streams and a bunch of great content. You guys go check out Chase of New Beginning Woodworks. Go check out Jamie, Boondock Builds. He does some cool stuff too. Go check out Fish Over Chicks. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of channels. A lot of great channels. Yes. And if you guys are a huge fan of Jasco Builds, he was just a guest on DeLon's channel. Jason seems like he's a pretty cool guy. I'm gonna have to pick your brain about that, Runik. I'd like to get into inlays. I know I had talked to you about doing like some airbrushing as well. That's something that I'm going to be doing down the line. So right now we're at the 800 grit. I think that's enough for that one. I'm going to stop the lathe. Lots of this has some really good color in it. Really good color. I like it. Now we're gonna hit the 1,000. Yeah, he's a cool dude. Nice. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to that, Runik. Heck yeah. I knew you'd come through in the clutch, bro. So like I've said with these other ones, you'll really start to see the gloss and the colors come out as you get to these higher grits. This green is starting to really pop and the gold's starting to come out in swirls of like, almost looks like swirls of like blue and a little bit of black and dark gray. But you know, you never really know what's going to happen. You can kind of mix your resin and add your pigment. And it's just one of those things like, which is the cool thing about being, trying to be real creative is that you never know. You never know what you're going to get. You're hoping that you're going to get something that's really nice. And and looks really cool, but you never know. Sometimes you'll have really good stuff, and sometimes you won't. If in Runic's case, your shit will always look nice. I'll start calling you the Wizard, Runic. It's on my face. Yes, Runic is Obi-Wan. And yes, I'm also wet sanding. There's no dust. Right you are. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the safety concerns. I do as well. You know, I work in the construction industry where safety is very key. Now we're gonna go to the 2000. That was the 1000. Yeah, for sure. There isn't too much dust with the resin, but I am in the process of receiving some respirators from a sponsor of mine, so that will help when I decide to do a little bit more wood turning again. Nah, he's being cool. He's just there's nothing wrong with a safety guy. I appreciate your concerns. I would have liked if you would have said, "Hey, how you guys doing? It's good to be here. This is cool. Is everybody doing stuff safely?" But everybody's different. Anyways, thanks for joining. All right, so this is a 2000. Really starting to gloss up. You guys hit that like button. And subscribe if you haven't done so. And also on my YouTube, I offer YouTube memberships. If you're interested, anybody's interested in supporting the channel. Also, I have a Patreon page. The link is in the description box. It's totally free to join. And I'm going to be starting this next week. I'm going to be adding 1 live a week on my Patreon. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so now we're going to stop the lathe. And then I'm going to buff this down. Not buff it down. Wipe it down. Look at that. Look at those colors coming out. Real nice. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Mike just shared my link to my Patreon. I'm going to start the lathe back up, and now I'm on reverse, and I'm at 2,200 RPMs. 2,300, give or take. This is the last of the wet sanding, and this will be, thanks brother, and this is going to be the 3,000. Nice and smooth. Look at that thing. Wet sanding does wonders. We got 134 in here with 53 likes. Hit that like button. Come on, folks. So what's everybody got going on today? Anybody gonna be working in the shop? Anybody have new projects? Any other exciting things going on? A few more passes with this 3,000. Yeah, 100 likes. Let's get it. Oh, that's cool. How you doing, Larry? Pumpkin carving is fun. Speaking of pumpkin carving, you should check, Larry. You should check out DeLon's handmade woodworking. He just did a badass pumpkin. He carved it. It's not an actual pumpkin, but it's a carving from wood, and he did a really good job. I don't even know if you're done with that thing yet, right? You might have some more stuff to do on it, but just a lot of really good detail. Yeah, check it out. There's a lot of amazing woodworkers here. All right, a few more passes with this 3,000. Yeah, it turned out nice. Real nice. All right, 3,000 is done. Look at that gloss. Man, that's pretty. Ain't she pretty? Ain't she pretty? Yeah, I saw that that came up on my feed. I haven't got to check it out yet, but Boondock was engraving a pumpkin, right? That's pretty cool. All right. So now we're going to change the belt speed, and we are going to buff this thing. We're going to buff this thing. You guys ready to buff this thing? Oh, let's see. Okay. Yep. Whenever you're changing your belt, always match your belt. Try to get your belt in the rivets of the pulley. It goes a long way. Hey, Call Meef. What's up, man? All right, so we're going to go about 700 RPMs. And I have my microfiber pad and my wax and my wicks. My weeks. Start buffing this thing. We're gonna get this thing all buffed down, polished up, and then slap some hardware. And then that'll be all, folks. What's up, China? China? What's up? Welcome. We got 200 in here. Hit that like button. Trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. That's the short-term goal. And end of the year goal is 50,000. Awesome. Making a pin. Gained about 100 what? What's up, Roland? Subscribers? All right, that's good for buffing. And we're gonna wipe it off a little bit. All right, let's get that a little bit closer. Take this out. Okay. Use my there's that one. Okay. There's that one. So there's both of them. Nice color in them. All right, I'm going to take this mandrel off so it's not in the way. Put this to the side. Get our other pin kit. This one's going to be the silver. This is the center part of our pin. Yeah. I'll usually put it on my my belt sander. I think I'm gonna do that for that one piece right there. Oh yeah, I want some chili. I love chili, cornbread and chili. What's up, propagator? Nice. I'm sure your chili's awesome, man. Being a chef and all. We're etching closer, man. Etching closer. Almost to 100 likes. Let's get to 75 first. I have about another 10 minutes in here. I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Means a lot. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, I have channel memberships if you want to help support 77 Rockets. I also have a Patreon as well. Patreon is free, and I'm going to start doing lives every week on my Patreon, so consider becoming a member. All right, so let's go this one. And this is my pin press from BM Wood. They're a sponsor of mine. Awesome tools they make. There's the tip. Now we're gonna add the center. Now the center, I like to creep up. And then I'll put this in and I'll adjust to see how I would like it. So I need a little bit more, so I'll take it out. Press it, give it a little bit more press. There we go. That's perfect. Now don't be alarmed if you press too much. That's okay. You can always use your needle. I like to use needle nose pliers, and you can kind of like make your way back. There's my center hardware. So I'm going to put this to the side. And look at that color. I don't know if you guys could see that, but man, that's nice. Okay. So I'm going to take this down on my belt sander just a hair. What's up, Larry? You back? He's like, I did hit that like button. I appreciate that. So now we're going to put on this top hardware. Thank you, Larry. Much appreciated. Got that on there. Man, that color's nice. This is probably one of my favorite pins. There she is. No, I'm not doing the live tonight. Dave is busy with, I think he's having Thanksgiving in Canada. And I think we're going to try it for next weekend. So that's that one. There's the green one. And here is the orange one. With the rose gold hardware. The green one. Put that so you guys could see the color more. Both came out really well. The orange was a little bit more cured, so you could tell. This has a little bit of scuff marks on it, but not too bad. Really nice color, though. And this has some really nice color, too. Rose gold, silver. Anyways, I appreciate everybody for hanging out today. This was really early. I like these early lives. Thank you. I appreciate that, Larry. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. My name's Ryan. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps my channel out greatly, and I appreciate all the support. Also, there's channel memberships available. All my sponsors are in the description box. You guys can order, Angelina, you guys can order my email is on there, ryancarey618@gmail.com. Shoot me an email, and I will gladly, we could talk about what kind of color you'd want for a pen and hardware color and things like that. So there's customization available. But yeah. Anyway, also, check out my Patreon. Go check it out. It's free, and I'm going to start doing one live per week on my Patreon. So the members of my Patreon will get to check that out. Thanks, everybody, for joining me this morning. And here's the pins once again. These are both resin pins. Green with a bunch of colors in them. And there's the orange. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for joining me. My name's Ryan. This has been 77 Rockets Woodworking Live. We'll see you tomorrow. Later, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good day. And a good weekend. Later.